Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So Azzi Fudd's debut was today, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. No sugarcoating, no overhyping, just real basketball talk. And look, I'm going to be brutally honest here, but I also want to make one thing very clear from the start. None of this is Azzi Fudd's fault, not even a little bit. Azzi Fudd should have never been the #1 overall pick. That's just the reality. But again, that's not on her. If a team decides to take you first overall because of what you did at UConn, you take that opportunity every single time. Nobody in her position is saying no to that. So this isn't about blaming her, it's about expectations versus reality. Now, let's really break this down. If the Dallas Wings had the 6th pick and took Azzi Fudd there, we are having a completely different conversation right now. There would be zero pressure. Nobody would be expecting her to start immediately. Nobody would be expecting Rookie of the Year. Nobody would be dissecting every single possession she plays. She would be coming off the bench, playing 12 to 15 minutes, getting comfortable, adjusting to the speed, adjusting to the physicality, and slowly building her confidence. That's how it should have gone. But because she's the #1 pick, everything changes. Now there's pressure. Now there are expectations. Now every mistake gets magnified. And that's where the problem starts. Because when you actually watch her on the court today, the biggest thing that stands out is not talent, it's discomfort. Azzi Fudd does not look comfortable right now. And that's the core issue. Let's talk about her offensive game, because this is where things get very specific. If Azzi Fudd takes more than 2 dribbles, the possession is basically over. That's not even an exaggeration, that's just what it looks like right now. She is a pure spot-up shooter. A very good one, by the way. If you leave her open, she can knock it down. If she gets 1 dribble into a pull-up mid-range shot, she's capable. But that's where it ends. She's not attacking the rim. She's not creating separation off the dribble consistently. She's not collapsing defenses. And most importantly, she's not getting to the free throw line. And in the WNBA, that matters a lot. If you're not drawing contact, if you're not forcing defenders to react, then you become predictable. And right now, that's what she looks like, predictable. Defenders are not scared of her putting the ball on the floor. They're not worried about her driving past them, so they stay disciplined. They stay home, and they make her play in a very limited box. And that's why you see her struggling to impact the game beyond shooting. Now, defensively, this is where the gap really shows. A lot of people don't fully understand how big the jump is from college defense to WNBA defense. It's not just about effort. It's about speed, strength, positioning, and decision-making. You can be an elite defender in college and still get exposed at the pro level. We've seen it before. Players who were Defensive Player of the Year candidates come into the league and suddenly look average or even below average. And right now, Azzi Fudd looks like someone who is still trying to figure that out. She's getting targeted, she's a step slow on rotations, she's not fully comfortable reading offensive actions at this level. And that's normal for a rookie, but again, she's not being treated like a normal rookie. That's the key difference. Now, to be fair, we didn't see her in every possible scenario. She didn't get extended minutes against third-string players. Maybe in those situations, she looks more confident. Maybe she looks more aggressive. Maybe she finds a rhythm. That's possible. But based on what we saw today, she looked hesitant. She's not cutting aggressively. She's not back-cutting effectively. She's not moving with that instinctive feel you want to see from a high-level player. And yes, she made a layup. That's a positive. But even that feels like a small win rather than something expected. So if we're being honest, finishing at the rim has never been a major strength in her game, even going back to college. She had a nice pull-up early in the game, and you could see the skill there. The shot is clean, the mechanics are solid, but again, that's just one layer of the game. And at this level, you need more. This brings us to a bigger point: comfort versus skill. There's a difference between being skilled and being comfortable executing. At the pro level, there's a baseline level of comfort that every good player has. They know where their shots are coming from. They know how to react when the defense adjusts. They don't look rushed. They don't look unsure. Right now, Azzi Fudd doesn't have that. And again, that's not unusual for a rookie. But it is unusual for a #1 overall pick who is expected to be an immediate impact player. Now let's talk about comparisons. Because this is where things get even more interesting. If you do a redraft, are you taking her over Flauja Johnson? No. If Flauja reaches her full potential, she's going to be the better player. That's just the consensus view. She brings more versatility, more physicality, and more two-way impact. What about Olivia Miles? Probably better long-term as well. She has more playmaking ability, more control over the game, and a higher ceiling as a primary ball handler. And then you look at Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston might already be better right now. That's not even a future projection, that's a present-day discussion. And when you consider that both players are around the same age, it makes the comparison even tougher for Azzi Fudd. Because now it's not just about development, it's about immediate value. This is where the pressure of being the #1 pick really kicks in. In recent years, #1 overall picks have come into the league and made instant impacts. Some have been all-stars as rookies. Some have dominated right away. That sets a standard, and when you don't meet that standard, people notice. Yes, there are exceptions. There are unique situations like the COVID year draft where the talent pool was affected. But outside of those outliers, the expectation is clear. #1 picks are supposed to be stars. And right now, Azzi Fudd doesn't look like that. She looks like a solid player, a good player, someone who can contribute. But good is not what people expect from a #1 overall pick. That's the reality. Now, does that mean she's going to fail? No, she can absolutely develop into a very good pro. Her shooting alone gives her a role in this league for a long time. If she improves her handle, if she becomes more aggressive attacking the rim, if she gets stronger defensively, she can elevate her game. But right now, we're not seeing that complete package. And that's why the reactions are so strong. Because if she were picked 9th instead of 1st, nobody would be having this conversation. People would be patient. People would say, give her time. People would focus on the positives. But that's not the situation. Now let's address the comparison that's been floating around. Azzi Fudd James. A lot of people dismiss the idea that Azzi Fudd James could be better. But when you actually look at their draft projections before the final year adjustments, they were not that far apart. Azzi Fudd was projected in the mid to late lottery range. Azzi Fudd James was also projected in a similar range. Steady tone, they were seen as comparable prospects in many ways. And if Azzi Fudd James had stayed for a super senior season, there's a strong chance her stock rises even more. So when people say that Azzi Fudd James is better right now, it's not as crazy as it sounds. Today, at this moment, she might be. Long term, that's still up for debate. But right now, based on performance and comfort level, it's a fair discussion. And that leads to the final point. On the Dallas Wings, Azzi Fudd looks like the 7th or 8th best player right now. That can change. Development isn't linear. She could improve quickly. She could find her rhythm midway through the season and jump into that 3rd or 4th option role. Or it might take the entire season. We don't know yet. But what we do know is this. The pressure of being the #1 pick is forcing people to analyze every detail of her game. And when you do that, the conclusion is simple. She's good, not great, not elite, not franchise-changing, at least not right now. She's a really good off-the-ball player, a below-average on-ball creator, a developing defender. She's good. But for a #1 overall pick, that's not enough to satisfy expectations. Anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think she just needs more time? Or do you think the concerns are real? And don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.